Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all haven't seen my face in a while. You know what I'm saying, on the Stomp channel, all that stuff. Been busy with school and all that stuff. But hey, we here. We here. You know what I'm saying? We need to focus on the now, not the past. Leave that shit behind us. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another PLE review. Welcome to Stomp Wrestling. It is your boy Troy Yeager. You know what I'm saying? We're back with another one, back with another litty one. Today we're gonna talk about AEW All In. What? We're not talking about WWE? No! Even though WWE has shorter matches, that would have been easier to do, but hey, to be quite frank, I would even enjoy making that video because this one, at least AEW All Out was a way better show. But hey, I'm not gonna get into it, man. One of the stunt men is gonna talk about WrestlePalooza, but other than that, we gotta talk about All Out. I'm gonna say All In. Great show. I must say this, great show. It was very much. It had its mixes up and down with the pacing of the show, but other than that, all the matches were absolutely great. One particularly pissed me off with the ending and the booking and all that stuff, but hey, we'll get into that when we get into that. But first and foremost, we got to kick things off with the hometown heroes, Christian Cage and Adam Copeland versus FTR. And the opening tag match of All Out was absolutely it was great. It was exceptionally good. Some exceptional tag team wrestling. FTR proving to why they're one of the best tag teams in the world today. But this was pretty much of a lopsided affair because this feud reminded me so much of DX and Legacy because you just know they're about to get dogged, and this was exactly the type of feeling that I'm getting from this because Copeland could actually take both of them on in the match, which kind of makes little to no sense because FTR for the past 10 years have been one of the greatest tag teams of all time. You're going to dog them out like this. But that's besides the point. They're the heels. Apparently, that's a thing. I don't know why that's a thing. But other than that, it was a great match. You know what I'm saying? Though we had a lot of offense from mainly from Copeland's team because Christian was the one that was getting beat up the most in that match because they had to make that initial hot tag for the crowd because Copeland has. Let me not get into that, but either that one of the main moments in this match was Stokely trying to interrupt the match, but Beth Copeland got into the mix. Yes, Beth Phoenix is now in AEW. You love to see it. I would love for her to mix up with the other women in the women's division, man, not just be stuck in the husband vortex. You know what I'm saying? No, just because you're Adam Copeland's wife does not mean you could get to be Adam Copeland's wife. I want her to mix it up with the women's division. That would be really cool. But other than that, man, she capitalized. She took out Stokely, made it a fair fight. And to top it all off, to end the match off, we had a double sharpshooter ping on Mr. Bret the Hitman Hart in Canada A. And we got a double tap out and CNC win the match. But that didn't end the match as Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian got into the mix with Mother Wayne and beat down on Christian and Copeland. Nick Wayne was still injured. He still had the leg brace. And FTR got into the mix, cuffed Adam Copeland onto the ropes, took out Christian Cage, but Beth Phoenix got back out and tried to help out her husband, but ended up getting pile drived. Getting pile drived. The story is not over. That's obviously how it is because once you touch Adam Copeland's wife, it's up with you. That's already been evident back in WWE when they concerto when the Judgment Day concerto her concerto, saying that fast. But other than that, absolutely great match, great start for the show, man. And hey, man, there's just so much to talk about, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the second match of the night, we got Big Bill going up against a returning Eddie Kingston. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you. I was very much excited when they were going with this angle. Big Bill was calling out Eddie Kingston because apparently he hates New Yorkers, something like that. I don't know, when he's a New Yorker himself. I don't know the entire story of this, but I'm not going to get into deep with this. Eddie Kingston came back. He's still hating on Claudio. You know what I'm saying? No, he wore the Claudio sucks eggs, a reference to Terry Funk. What is it? Terry Funk wearing a shirt that says Dusty sucks eggs and all that stuff. It was hilarious. Not gonna get into deep with the match. He came back, yes. The match itself was acceptable. You know what I'm saying? It was acceptable. Eddie Kingston is not particularly the best wrestler in the world, one of the best wrestlers in the world, but he can give out a good match. You know what I'm saying? Though it's just that it's kind of his ability, his limited ability to go into the ring and all that stuff. It was evident here, even when the towards the end of the match, the back fist. Jeez Louise, man, that was not good. He literally like missed the mark, and the commentators tried so hard to like seemingly thought that he actually connected, but not at the actual. It was yeah, it was something else. But hey, Eddie Kingston's back. I'm just happy Eddie Kingston's back. Other than that, and we also got a post match beatdown. Hook came out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all guys, I don't get the hype around Hook. If Hook, I don't get it, man. So I'm just gonna move past this because hey, Hook, okay. But yeah, up next, we got MJF versus Mark Briscoe in a tables and thumbtacks match. Why couldn't this be a dog collar match? I mean, the signs were there. But hey, other than that, this was a very fun match. I'm not going to lie to you. MJF been putting in that work. I also heard that he had a match against Mystico at Arena Mexico the night prior to All Out. And I also heard that he had one of the best matches against him in that match. I also saw bits and clips of there, and I was like, okay, these two are going ham. So MJF was coming into that match probably a little less at a 100%. But other than that, they gave it the all in this match. I'm not gonna lie to you, they did their thing. They did their thing in this match. This was a gore fest. I can't say much about it as it is technical what and done. It was as expected. It was a gore fest. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Briscoe had the upper hand and won the tables and thumbtacks match against MJF, pinning him for the 1-2-3. And it was really good to see that MJF putting him Mark Briscoe over. This probably is going to set him up for a big push. And yeah, hopefully he gets a title match against Hangman. That story is there. It's going to be very interesting. And MJF, where does he go from here? Where does he go from here? Because his contract, the AEW World Title contract, he finished it at Forbidden Door. So this is going to be very interesting, man. We'll just have to wait and see, man, because he even posted on his X. What is it? He posted on X. He tweeted on X and then he posted on IG saying, "I don't know anymore" and all that stuff. So we'll just have to see. Maybe a downward spiral MJF. That would be funny. That would be a funny gig. I'm not gonna lie to you. But other than that, Mark Briscoe victorious in the tables and thumbtacks match. Third match of the night. We got the Hurt Syndicate. All three members of the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, going up against Ricochet in the Gates of Agony. And I must say, this was a good trios match. I'm not even trying to be trolling and whatnot. This was a good trios match. But we gotta talk about the Gates of Agony for a second. Those dudes, ooh, bro. I kid you not. I don't even know why I'm skipping MVP, man, because he did proper in this match. We get it. MVP is on he's a manager now. That's his role now. He's not a wrestler. He just had like knee replacement surgeries and all that stuff. So we had to be leaning on him into this match because he was a bit slow, but he actually picked up a lot of pace and it was really good. Now to the Gates of Agony. Those dudes are built like wrestlers. They look like wrestlers. But I don't know, man. Their in-ring work is just a little sloppy. Imagine having Ricochet carry y'all when y'all supposed to be making him look like a threat, but at the same time, y'all are out here wrestling so sloppy and in between. So, hey, it's unfortunate. Hopefully, they just pick up the pace a little bit more. But other than that, this was a very good trios match. It was chaotic. It was proper chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of things were out of place. Everybody did the roles. Bobby Lashley did his thing. Shelton did his thing. MVP, again, like I said, he did his thing in this match. And at the end of the day, Ricochet and Gates of Agony picked up a win. Ricochet pinning MVP with the Spirit Gun. Good decision. It was a good decision. Make them credible threats. You know what I'm saying? Even though they don't wrestle like threats, but other than that, you need to push Ricochet. And plus, may I just say, dude was hilarious in this match. Like when he posted up to Bobby Lashley, when he did the shoulder thing, trying to make himself a little bigger and trying to jab at Bobby Lashley, that was hilarious, bro. Ricochet has grown so much, man. He's grown on me for real, man. And AEW, I have to give them credit, man. They made Ricochet look like a legit. Uh, they made him look so legit, man. And that's one thing I can appreciate about AEW, man, is that they give the wrestlers creative freedom to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not a lot of, it's not a very good thing though. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Ricochet is out here doing great work, great character work. The Hurt Syndicate looking strong as always. Hopefully, this might be. I don't know if this would be the end of the feud, but hey, if it's not, then hey, I would love for them to run this back. Maybe under a different stipulation, all that stuff, because the Gates of Agony definitely need to get another match in so they can actually prove that they do belong in this. They do belong in the wrestling ring. But other than that, Gates of Agony, Ricochet win the match. And up next, it is the fifth match and the first of two women's title matches. It is Mercedes Martinez defending her TBS championship against Riho, the first ever women's world champion of AEW. Didn't have to go into detail like that, but you guys already know that. But other than that, this was an also very, very good match. Riho was on Mercedes' ass this entire match. I'm not gonna lie to you. Riho was out there looking great. You know what I'm saying? Though? Although she hasn't been there in like a few years. I don't know if she was dealing with injuries and all that stuff, and I'm not fully all into, not fully invested into stardom like that, you know what I'm saying, even though I want to, because they got some banger matches over there. But other than that, this match was exceptionally good. Mercedes Martinez as well. She did her thing, but Riho was just surprisingly so much better than Mercedes in this match. Mercedes was mainly the only way she had to win was to literally cheat, like rake her eye and then hit the moneymaker on her to win the match. But other than that, Riho was on the offensive throughout this entire match, and Mercedes was just trying so hard to be, was desperately on the defensive as throughout this entire match. But other than that, this was an exceptionally good match. There was nothing to complain about. All the more question is to this entire thing is that who dethrones Mercedes Martinez? I still feel like it has to be Willow. I'm a huge Willow Nightingale fan. I do believe that it's her time to dethrone Mercedes Martinez for the very same title that Mercedes took from her a couple of years back at Double or Nothing. I believe, man, it's written. You know what I'm saying? No, it's written. Other than that, there's not a lot of detail going into this match. It was a good match. We're moving on. Next match, it is Kazuchika Okada defending his AEW Unified title against Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorada. Man, these names, man. These names. But hey. One thing I can appreciate about this is that they actually gave Dorada a time to shine, because Dorada was cooking this entire match, man. This was an absolute banger of a match. Kazuchika Okada, man, yeah, people are going to be critical about his wrestling as of now. Yeah, this is not like past Okada and New Japan Prime Okada. His match is a lot slower, you know what I'm saying? So he felt out of place in this match. Konosuke Takeshita, forever cooking, but Mascara Dorada. I just found out this dude is 23 years old, man. He's older than me by a year. That's insane. And he was out here cooking with two of the literal best wrestlers on the planet today. Absolutely crazy stuff. But you just knew Okada was going to retain this match. The feud, the whole idea of this match was just between Konosuke and Okada, but Dorada was not going to be ignored in this match whatsoever. And he out there was cooking like dynamite. You know what I'm saying, though? But at the end of the day, obviously the guy who was cooking the most had to be the one to get the pin. So Okada beats both of Takeshita and Dorada. Okada pinning Dorada in the match. Then now the story is now between Takeshita and Okada. Um, the story is there. Takeshita has to be the one to defeat Okada, man. There's just no other. There's no other excuse now. Okada has literally beaten every single person that has been this way, even Kenny Omega. You know what I'm saying? So if Takeshi doesn't win this match, then what the hell are we doing, bro? Then AEW, we're back to fault settings, fam, with this booking. You know what I'm saying, though. But other than that, very exceptional triple threat, three-way match. We call it three-way match in AEW, not triple threat. We don't want to be WWE and copying. But yeah, man, absolutely great match. So now we come to the match that pissed me off, and that is Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in a coffin match. But a few words to describe this. I don't necessarily know. If you people are booking, if you people are planning on ever, ever making Darby Allin the face of AEW, then you have to let him win notable feuds, man. I seriously don't understand the purpose of him. Let's not get into it. Let's get into the match itself. As expected, this shit was absolutely gory. Just like the tables and tags match with MJF and Briscoe. This was a gory matchup. Um, I can't even lie to you, man. Like, this was okay. By the time this video is up, this was probably a day, a day after, the whole thing. So the details are a little wonky. But this match entirely, man, was just, yes. I don't know how to make of this, man. The only thing that's just notable about this whole match entirely was that the Bastard Pac returning. Yes, people, Pac has come back after his injury with new hair, apparently. Dude looked like Quasimodo for whatever fuck reason, bro. Dude. I don't know, man. Maybe he shouldn't have cut his hair. Maybe not. Maybe he's different now because of, the cut the hair. Maybe that would be good and all that stuff. But at the end of it, man, Jon Moxley, by the help of Pac, beats Darby Allin in the coffin match. Why, bro? Why? Are they gonna have another match down the line and all that stuff? Like, really, man? I genuinely don't understand this, man. And after the match, briefly, in towards the end of the night and all that stuff, towards the main event, Jon Moxley told the Death Riders to leave. They still had the casket with Darby inside of it. I don't know what he was going to do with it. He also asked that cameraman to leave. But just then, Darby Allin jumps out of the coffin, hits him on the throat with a pipe, covered him up in the body bag that Pac put him in the middle of the match, then spray him with some fluid spray, with some fuel spray, and lit him on fire. So it's like, what? What is the point? What's this all about? What's the payoff to this? Why have that ending if you're just gonna have Darby lose? I thought, seriously, okay, this is AEW's complicated booking come into play. Because why? Couldn't just let him win the match? I don't know what makes more of this, man. I don't even know what's the payoff to this. They might pay it off at Wrestle Dream or something like that, or at World's End. What's the payoff? See, this is the one match that I have a problem with, man, and it's just like, why? But other than that, yeah, Jon Moxley won. Yeah, man, I think it's time to pack it up with the whole Jon Moxley is still the ace of AEW. He is, but dude, I don't get this whole thing, man. It's like he constantly needs help to win a match, and against Darby Allin, out of all people. Not to discredit Darby, but really, come on, dude. And we're coming to the second women's match of the night. The Fatal 4-Way. You know what? I'm just going to call it Fatal 4-Way. I'm sorry to all AEW fans that might watch this. It's a thing. WWE from childbirth. You know what I'm saying, though? It is the 4-Way matchup. Toni Storm defending her AEW Women's World Championship against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and the Toxic Spider, Tekla. This was a very... sound like a broken record player. This was also it was a good match as well. I can't say a lot about it because I think I slept like through most of it. I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. 10 matches on the card is just so not it for me, man. I swear, man. It's like they're trying to fit in all the matches. I get it. It's understandable. But I am in 10 matches, bro. 4 hours. I feel like my brain just can't handle that, man. Honestly, man. But the real shocker of this entire match is Chris Statlander pinning the women's world champion and becoming the new women's world champion. I kid you not, Tony Storm's face said it all, man. I don't know if it was she was shocked. She was shocked, of course. I was shocked as well. Because I literally thought Tony Storm was about to retain here, man, and go on another few months to title reign and all that stuff. Because quite frankly, I also didn't think of any person here dethroning her for the title. Tekla, no, she just started. Jamie Hayter, probably, but no. Chris Statler, not yet, because Chris Statler was like on top of my list of people to dethrone Tony Storm. But hey, she pinned her in the four-way match. And now she's the new women's world champion. I kid you not. I was like so surprised, but yet so happy at the same damn time. This was her first women's world title match in 4 years. I just found out. In 4 years, fam. And she did not waste this opportunity. I'm so glad they went with Chris Statlander, man. She has been consistent, man. She's been one of the top females wrestlers right now in AEW. And man, I'm just hoping this will be a very good title reign. You know what I'm saying, though? One thing I can appreciate about AEW, man, as a whole, is that when they crown a woman as world champion, they keep her onto the show and they keep her on a consistent basis. Something that WWE is very much lacking in of. I'm not trying to create shots, but the evidence is still there. To all the WWE stands, you guys know it is true. Look at Io Sky, for example. And currently, let me not say too much. You know what I'm saying? No, keep it separate. Keep it separate. But Io Sky, when she was women's world champion, she was not featured in any show when she won the title. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Chris Statlander is the new women's world champion. I'm so happy for her. She absolutely deserves it. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully this title reign is gonna be absolutely better because hey, she's gonna have to prove that she deserves to be a women's world champion, man. She's gonna have to follow up after that last reign of Toni Storm, which was absolutely great. It was fantastic. Toni Storm, she deserves a break. If she's gonna take a break, she absolutely deserves it. She's been killing it. You know what I'm saying? Toni Storm is literally one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Today, even. You know what I'm saying? She was absolutely great stuff, man. Great stuff. And also, bro, one thing I have to mention, bro. Bryan Danielson being on commentary has to be one of AEW's best decisions today, man. Because, dude, Bryan Danielson is such a natural on commentary, man. How is it that possible to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time to being one of potentially the best commentators of all time? It was an absolutely great decision to have him on commentary. He's so natural. He doesn't sound too fake. He doesn't sound too polished. He gives out his emotions, man. He calls out a wrestling move that the other commentators can name or whatnot or don't know. He knows wrestling, bro. He knows it. It's perfect for him to be in the commentary, man, after his retirement. Better use of his time, you know what I'm saying? Because I know him being home is probably going to drive him nuts. But at the same time, he can spend time with his family. And at the same time, doing what he loves, you know what I'm saying, commentating on wrestling from here on out. Absolutely great decision. But other than that, let's get into it. The second last match of the night is the four-way ladder match consisting of Jet Speed of, what is it? I almost said Brian Knight. Is that his name? Brian Knight? Jet Speed. I hope, bro, please don't clip me, bro. I don't remember. But Jet Speed, Mike Bailey and Knight, I'm gonna call him that. The Don Callis family, Josh Alexander and the Hinchacero, versus the Young Bucks versus the defending champions, Bro Dindo, something like that. That sounds so off, but let me not get into it. This was a crazy matchup. You know what I'm saying? It was a car crash at best. It was a ladder match. It was 4 teams. What do you expect? Mike Bailey trying to kill himself or injure his leg, doing the ultimate weapon onto Henchicero on a ladder. Absolutely insane. I feel like, bro, there's just no need to be doing spots like this, man. When you know good and well, this shit is not going to pay off for you at the end, man. But yeah, other than that, man, the unlikely team of Bro and Dido retained the titles in an absolutely chaotic ladder match. You know what I'm saying? No, and Josh Alexander has been reduced to being one of Impact's greatest champions to a now nothing character. I'm not. I can't even lie to you, man. There's just no significance to joining the Don Callis family. There's just not. Don Callis, there's nothing to this man that adds ambiance to your character, bro. I'm just saying. But other than that, man, great match. Bandito Pro Dido retains the tag team titles. Oh, shout out to Bandito as well, man. He's doing his thing on both promotions, being the Ring of Honor World Champion and being an AEW Tag Team Champion. Good on him, man. Then we come to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, Hangman Adam Page versus Cal Fletcher. This was a test match. This was a make or break match for Cal Fletcher. Even though I know he's one of the best wrestlers in the AEW roster right now, but this match was to prove that if he's truly ready for the main event scene, and that he was. This was an absolutely exceptional, bro. This was downright. This was a great match. Great main event match. Hangman Adam Page proving as to why he is deservingly for the World Championship. The whole time, Cal Fletcher has been targeting the neck that was caused by him when you put Hangman Adam Page through the table to the previous week's Dynamite before the match. So the neck was a target for him. At the end of the day, Hangman Adam Page capitalized, hitting one of the most brutal dead eyes off the top rope onto Cal Fletcher, then hitting the buckshot lady for the win. 1, 2, 3. Hangman Adam Page retains the world title. Cal Fletcher did absolutely great here. Now do as Hangman says and leave the Don Callis family. Best believe me, man. Once you go solo, it's already, bro. Once Cal Fletcher goes solo, it's already like, you know what I'm saying? He's already a solo act, but if he separates from the Don Callis family, come on, man. We talking about straight up cooking right now. You know what I'm saying? Cal Fletcher, he doesn't want to be compared to Will Ospreay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would criticize Will Ospreay and his wrestling and all that stuff. Probably do the same to Cal Fletcher because his wrestling is that of sort of the same as Will Ospreay, but hey, it's different. You know what I'm saying? I like Cal Fletcher. I do not find him as annoying as a heel. I don't know why. He just has that he just has that thing that just doesn't make me irritated by him. You know what I'm saying? But this match was absolutely great stuff, man. Hangman Adam Page. What do you expect from Hangman? He's always going to deliver. He delivered another classic main event. And yeah, man, let's see where it goes from here. Wrestle Dream is up next. You know, who's going to defend the title against? We'll just have to see, man. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to today's episode of AEW's All Out Review. You know what I'm saying, though? Hey, man, we're going to keep the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying, though? But hopefully the WrestlePalooza review video is also out this week. We're trying to get 2 in a row or 3. You probably never know. You know what I'm saying, though? But hey, without further ado, man, it's been your boy, Troy Yeager. See you on the next one. Deuces.